Hi, I'm William Higgins, and I'm actually going to do a review. Didn't really plan for, but I purchased an iPad about a week ago, and I've been using it for a while just around the house, and really did come to the realization that I needed some sort of a case. I'm not a big fan of covering it in some sort of silicone skin. I actually really love the design of the iPad, and so I really just was thinking that I need something I could kind of slip it into, carry it around the house, maybe put the charger in. If I wanted to take it to the office, I could do that. So I actually went to REI, one of my favorite stores, and I've been a member for many, many years. And I'm a little bit more of an outdoorsy type when it comes to the type of bags and backpacks and stuff I like to use. So I took a stab and went in and actually found something that I think is a perfect case for the iPad, at least for my purposes. And so I wanted to demonstrate that for you today. And so what I have here is the case itself, and I'll do my best to kind of show you sort of somewhat of the dimensions. This is a very small, looks like kind of a briefcase. I believe it is. They consider it kind of a netbook type sleeve or a notebook sleeve, but it's really small. They say that it fits anything that's about 10 inches, which is perfect for the iPad. There is a pocket on the front that's a little bit, it's got a little bit of space. This is where I would put the charger. It's got some slots that you could put a cell phone, maybe some pens. I don't know, very few little items, very minimalistic. If I open up the main compartment, it butterflies open, and as you can see, kind of splayed, almost like a kind of a notebook itself at school or something like that. I've placed the tag inside so we can kind of take a look at some of the features there. But anyway, so it does have a zipper mesh inner kind of pad right here. Again, you can slip maybe a cell phone or something in there. There's also another compartment here for presumably maybe documents or papers, something like that. Still, we still have a little bit more to go. On the right-hand side, you may not be able to tell, there is a sort of a neoprene inner zipped compartment. And this is actually where the iPad is stored. And for the purposes of this, I'm actually going to turn this around a little bit, if we can still see well, kind of move it out of the scene. And as I unzip the inner pocket, I will just slip out the iPad. And as you can see, that's my iPad. For those maybe who are not as familiar, this is the Apple iPad, kind of a cool product, I guess you could say. And again, if you just, how quite simply it fits absolutely perfectly inside. There's not a lot of wiggle room in there. It's not like I'm putting something in a larger notebook case that ultimately has, that is literally, it was almost like it was designed for it. And I don't know if you really got, we didn't really kind of get a close-up of the inside, but it is padded here. And obviously the neoprene is going to supply, sort of a protection, or at least it's not going to scratch the case. I don't see anything inside that would, in my terms, sort of provide any sort of scratching apparatus, if you will. I'm going to zip this back up. And just to note, I've decided, the way I'm going to do it is I like to put in the front, the top of the iPad in first, which actually leaves the charging port open kind of here at the end, because where I have it sitting by my nightstand, I can kind of still zip this up and slip the connector cable here without actually having to take the whole device out, and could charge the device in the case. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So anyway, so zipping that all the way up, closing this back, zipping it all the way. Really, it's not like there's a whole lot to it. You may, again, not really get, it's a little bit more padded. When I say padded, it's kind of hard padded on this back side. So again, it provides a good bit of durability. If you read the actual contents of the tag, It talks about, opening flat, speeds up security checkpoints at the airport, which is a good point to make. It is soft and smart, as they say. Neoprene protects the computer in a pack or briefcase. So again, this was sort of my idea. I wanted to be able to put this inside my main computer bag. And also, it indicates, which is a really neat point, is that its water-resistant outer fabric is made from a recycled PET bottles. So this outer fabric that we have is nylon, I guess. It's made from recycled fabric. So again, for all of us that are concerned about the environment, once again, a nice feature that REI has put place there. And they talk about the carrying options. Obviously, you can use the grab handles. They indicate that there is an external, sort of an optional. You may see here some rings here that can be used to connect to some sort of shoulder strap. I have not ventured to find that shoulder strap quite yet. When I was at REI, I did see an all-black case. I chose kind of this rust and gray color. I kind of wanted to get away from the very typical black and gave it a little bit of color, which is nice. The only other thing I guess I can point out here is, the price. Well, here we are at the end of the review. The price, I believe, was like $29.95. It was right at $30, which ultimately I felt was a pretty reasonable cost if you're an REI member and you haven't used your dividend yet, or if you haven't used your 20% off. That would probably even be more ideal, is to go ahead and use a discount. So I will certainly provide some links inside of the notes here, and when I blog about this on my website and embed the video, I will also try to put some links to the product and on the REI website. So anyway, my name is William Higgins. Thanks for watching. I know it's a little bit a lengthy video to talk about a case, but I tell you what, if you're like me, I'm a bag type of guy. I really like to make sure I protect my gadgets with bags and concerned about how I tote them around. So I was pretty excited when I found this case, which certainly was not billed as an iPad case, but as you can see, I believe it flips the bill perfectly. Thank you again.